Good Saturday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing, looking at fire impacts for the next 3 days. Wind, a significant impact today. You can see the orange shades. We're expecting gusty winds of 30 miles per hour, along with low relative humidity and dry fuels. Again, in the vicinity of some of our larger fires, Pole Creek and Bald, and as well as some of our fires in western Wyoming. We are watching a cold front approaching from the north. You see it here with the dashed line tomorrow, moving through the central portion of the Great Basin. Ahead of it, southwest to west winds, still strong. Could be some showers spotty across eastern Utah. Behind the front, winds will be strong as well, coming out of the northwest. A little cooler, a little higher humidity, but still affecting established fires. Further north and west, scattered showers and cooler temperatures and cloudy skies across much of the higher terrain of Idaho. On Sunday, we have lingering northwest winds pushing into eastern Utah, some showers to the south. Otherwise, things will be drying out and winds will be diminishing across much of the area. We had no significant precipitation nor lightning across the region in the past 24 hours. Our initial attack was fairly light, but we have current fire, new fire starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow and purple circles. Those purple circles indicate large fires with teams on them. Now observe precipitation on the left-hand side. Another dry week with basically next to no precipitation except a little bit across parts of Idaho, just a few hundredths of an inch. And actually, it has been a dry month of September. All of September so far, the past 21 days, 3 weeks, you can see the first shade of blue indicates just a few hundredths of an inch to a tenth of an inch. It's not until we get a few spotty dark blues here across the higher terrain of southern Nevada and southern Utah that we had some wetting rains, but that was mostly about 3 weeks ago. It's been dry ever since, and it has taken a toll on our fuels. The ERCs, the purples, are near record or at record levels. You can see the purple and dark reds, which are 90th percentile or above, cover pretty much half of the geographic area, mostly in the center, but even up in the higher terrain of Idaho and even down into southern portions of Utah, except for the far south, those ERCs are critically high. And we can take a look back 3 weeks ago, start of September, how we have changed. We were still quite moist down in the south and along our fringes here, and we were just basically near seasonable levels elsewhere. But this is what a dry month will do. We can see what a big difference a few weeks make. Satellite imagery shows light winds over us now, but this tight packing of these yellow height lines indicates strong winds ahead of a cold front. See that cold front defined by this band of clouds across Oregon into Idaho. That will produce probably some showers across the mountains of central Idaho later tonight and tomorrow. Bring cooler temperatures and a shift to northerly winds at some point by the end of the weekend. So for today, here's the map. The trailing area in green and moisture is that front knocking on our doorstep. Increasing southwest winds, so we do have high risk for winds across the CR front, northern Nevada, eastern Nevada, a good portion of Utah, maybe outside of the Salt Lake Desert area, and in the vicinity of our large fires, both in western Wyoming and across the higher terrain of the Wasatch. There's that wind field. Areas shaded in orange and purple are gusts of over 30 miles per hour, encompassing a very wide area. And on the right-hand side, the humidity levels quite low in the single digits to low teens across Nevada and Utah, and again, low teens even up in western Wyoming. Sunday, there's a front, some spokes of moisture as far south as northern Utah. Going into eastern Idaho and Wyoming as well. Still high risk for wind. A bit south of the front, you see the orange shades through here. That's where humidity will still stay quite dry. And you can see the winds on the left-hand side, the orange and purple shades, again, gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour, coming mainly out of the southwest, but more northwest here in Idaho and Wyoming. Now on Monday, high pressure starts building in just off the west coast, starts shifting the winds and bending these height lines more to a northwesterly direction. Still some lingering wind concerns. Northwest winds tend to downslope into the Uinta Basin, can produce locally dry, gusty winds, so we'll have to watch that as well. And there's that wind pattern across the Uinta Basin area into the eastern Wasatch. Also some gusty winds in parts of the Snake River Plain. Relative humidities coming up across Idaho in the low 20s to upper teens, but still single digits to mid-teens further south. Precipitation-wise, you see a few hundredths of an inch to less than a tenth of an inch across the mountains of central Idaho, and maybe a few spokes here in the Wasatch, but mostly dry across the region, and stays dry because this high pressure ridge on Tuesday builds in. See this big arc through here. See this shade of orange through here indicating dry air mass. You can see how much of the area is critically dry here in the brown. And not much change Wednesday. Actually, things continue to dry out across western Wyoming, where they might have had some showers earlier. By Thursday and Friday, another cold front, strong winds pushing the Pacific Northwest with drier air. So I'll have to watch this scenario, as fuels will stay critically dry for the potential strong winds moving back into our region by the close of next week. 7-day precipitation, not much to speak of. And the 8 to 14-day outlook, September 29th through October 5th, above normal temperatures across a good portion of the Great Basin, especially the southern and central portions. Near normal precipitation, which basically this time of year means not too much. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.